Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Today. So, there's a bit of a breaking news update regarding the entire issue of wrestlers protesting against the Wrestling Federation of India, or the WFI for short. Now, you remember that previously what had happened was that there was oversight committee put in place to, of course, address the issues of the grievances of the wrestlers and, of course, get new elections put in place. However, what has happened since is that the wrestlers have taken back to the streets of New Delhi in order to launch fresh protests. And what has happened after that is that the sports ministry has now stepped in and declared in a letter that has been accessed by Sports Today that the election date, which was coming up, which is of course set for May 7th of this year, has now been declared null and void. So, in essence, there is no real functioning as far as the WFI is concerned. It's not functioning in a quote unquote normal way. What the sports ministry has now done is, in fact, put in place an ad hoc committee that will, in fact, be looking to not just run the day to day affairs of the WFI. They'll, of course, be responsible for selecting wrestlers for tours, as well as, of course, running the day to day activities of the body. But the ad hoc committee has also now instructed the IOC, the Indian Olympic Committee, to actually get elections held in the next 45 days. So within the next 45 days, a new date for elections must be put in place, and this is of course from an order from the sports ministry itself. Now, it says a lot that the matter has escalated to the point where the sports ministry itself has been forced to act, but there are a number of issues. In fact, in that letter, it's also been noted that the oversight committee that was first installed to actually address the grievances of the wrestlers found that there was no internal complaints committee or some sort of a mechanism for wrestlers to actually address their grievances. That is in itself also a pretty grave concern, considering the fact that these are athletes who, of course, would be representing India, and if they are to have any concerns, anything of the sort which needs to be addressed, there was no actual way for them to address that, and it would explain why it is that the wrestlers have more often than not taken to the streets when it really came down to them needing to protest on a massive way. What has happened, unfortunately, is that regardless of how it is you feel about this entire thing, the wrestlers themselves have unfortunately not had a way to address their grievances. Hence, why it is in fact reaching that point where they have had to take steps forward and protest once again, hit the streets in protest. And truth be told, the more this issue actually, the more things are unfolding, the more you realize just how messy a process it actually is for everyone involved, and you realize that there's a lot of cleaning up that needs to be done of course, the entire organization as a whole in order for this body, and for I'm sure many other bodies as well, to be run in a cleaner manner. So the breaking news update is that the elections that were set to be held of the WFI on May 7th, it's been declared null and void. There is a new ad hoc body in place, and the IOC themselves have been told that they will in fact need to get elections of this body done within the next 45 days. That's the latest breaking news update for you guys. But of course, there's plenty more that will be happening, and we'll be bringing you all of the updates on Sports Today. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for joining us in this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTech app as well. For now, from my side, goodbye.